After getting hit by a car on the way to middle school in Dallas ISD. It happened this morning near Lakewood along Glasgow and Abrams Road. Neighbors just told Brittany Moncrief they're no strangers to distracted and speeding drivers.
What does it take?
There's a reason why I now have a really nice fence there, yeah.
For Rachel Feig.
Oh, sorry, my dogs are gonna come too, it sounds like.
It's a brand new gate with barriers inside.
They're all filled with concrete.
Because for the past 2 years, she's been begging the city.
I am not safe in my own home right now.
To address the speeding on Abrams Road in East Dallas. After a vehicle went through her home in 2023 and again in 2025.
What's changed since then?
Honestly, really nothing on the street itself.
Sharing these images from crashes in less than 24 hours. Tuesday morning, WFAA sources confirmed that 2 Dallas ISD sixth graders were struck in a hit and run while crossing the street.
What should we do?
A Dallas ISD officer investigating the incident telling resident Barbara Cohen that the kids are okay. She's lived here 30 years.
We also have police officers who sit right in front of my house who pull over speeders. And there are so many people speeding that they cannot even catch them all.
Residents met with Council Member Paul Ridley and the Department of Transportation and Public Works last July and this past June. We reached out to both, but have not gotten a response about this incident.
I just feel like I'm on this treadmill, just going, just running around in circles. We do get conversation, but nothing seems to change.
Residents say they want more slowing measures, protected crosswalks, and bike lanes. But until then, they're left wondering.
What does it take? I don't know what more evidence we can give.
Hoping no one else gets hurt. In East Dallas, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
DPS posted this video from Redwater ISD near Texarkana. Students would have been hit by a speeding driver if not for a bus driver's quick thinking. A Jeep swerved to the opposite side of the road as the school bus was unloading. The bus driver literally yanked a child by their backpack and prevented what could have been a very bad accident. A developing story to show you now, a major water leak in northeast Dallas. Take a look at that. It's opened a huge hole in the road on the southbound lanes of Greenville Avenue. This is just south of Wrestling Road. That area has been temporarily closed as crews try to make some repairs. The work means water will have to be shut off at Wrestling Funeral Home and Crematory. It's not clear what caused that leak. Stacia, are you seeing any traffic issues in that area just because of what we just saw?
Yeah, so just going out to that location on our map, I can show you exactly where it's at. And Chris was talking about how it's just south of Wrestling Road. I don't know if you noticed in the video, so they've got those lanes closed on the southbound side of Greenville as you're basically just crossing over Wrestling Road. However, it looks like they have the shoulder portion open, so traffic's still able to get through there. And I've been tracking drivers online, and I'm not seeing a major backup there. Now, as I mentioned before, I usually suggest Greenville Avenue as an alternate route to Central Expressway. And today I'm going to do the opposite. If you want to avoid that traffic southbound on Greenville Avenue, go ahead and take Central. It's looking a lot better there, pretty close to the high five. Also want to go ahead and take a trip back down to downtown Dallas where we're watching at this backup I-35 East southbound at Highline Drive. There is a hazmat crew on scene doing cleanup that's been there for a while, and it looks like they still have a couple lanes blocked. That's at Highline. This has been going on for a while. It looks like traffic on 35 East southbound really starts to slow down right there at the I-35E 183 split. So those are some areas to watch out for. Central Expressway in Plano, that accident on the northbound side at Parker did clear. Chris?
Thanks, Stacia. In Keller right now, the city council is meeting to discuss data centers. They're debating whether to take legal action over a proposed development in the next town over in Westlake. The data center will be off Highway 377 right along the Westlake-Keller border. Neighbors have raised concerns about its impact on water, power, and property values. Last week, the Keller City Council approved a resolution opposing data centers and retained legal counsel, even though it's outside their jurisdiction. But the project's on hold right now as Westlake waits to see how it plays out in court. A Tarrant County judge issued a temporary restraining order Monday, which blocks the city from moving forward with a development agreement for now. Officials just issued a new statement saying, quote, Westlake will continue to comply with the order laid out by the Tarrant County judge and the standards outlined by Governor Abbott regarding the project. Keep an eye out. A hearing is set for August 26, after which Westlake plans to schedule a vote on that development agreement. New at 5, Minnesota just filed a lawsuit against Governor Abbott over an ICE operation in that state. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison is trying to extradite an ICE agent arrested on charges connected to Operation Metro Surge. Christian Castro is being held in Cameron County Jail right now on 4 counts of assault and 1 count of falsely reporting a crime. The Department of Homeland Security claims he shot Julio Sosa Solis in the leg earlier this year out of self-defense, but evidence later came tonight suggesting that is not the case.
Governor Abbott has honored 11 of Governor Walz's requests to extradite fugitives to Minnesota until today. Christian Castro is not above the law, and Greg Abbott isn't either.
Governor Abbott told our sister station in Austin he won't respond to the extradition request until Minnesota repays the U.S. for alleged fraud that was uncovered in that state. Well, officials just laid out a new plan to keep children safe in their classrooms. New fallout from recent misconduct allegations against several teachers in North Texas. As Aaron Heff reports, local and federal officials are addressing systemic failures that go beyond any one district.
Addressing systemic failures as well as endangering children, both state and federal officials met in Dallas today to announce a new initiative.
The culture of silence surrounding misconduct in North Texas public schools is over. Today we're announcing Project Safe Schools,
a movement towards transparency and accountability to keep children safe inside their classrooms.
Some districts have even engaged in what is referred to as passing the trash, quietly moving educators with known misconduct issues to new campuses or new districts where they hurt other children.
The U.S. Attorney's Office, FBI, Texas DPS, Kaufman County DA, the TEA, and others announcing change has arrived. Addressing the problem is statewide, and then zeroing in on our recent reporting in the charges of both a former elementary principal and special education teacher at Forney ISD.
Both individuals, as alleged in the complaint, falsified hiring documents and concealed repeated allegations of abuse. These are not allegations of negligence. They are allegations of deception.
We believe that there are more victims out there.
The panel addressing systematic failures by administrators to do their job in reporting, investigating, and mitigating the harm of children.
When it comes to protecting children, I believe all of us can agree that this is a state, local, and a federal issue.
Local, state, and federal offices now asking for voluntary self-disclosure in all districts across the state. And if a district fails to do so, looming punishment awaits.
Voluntary disclosure matters if our office uncovers concealment, delay, failure to report. There will be severe consequences associated with that.
The U.S. Attorney explaining that he is under direct order from both President Donald Trump as well as General Blanche to be the tip of the spear in both state and local law enforcement. In Dallas, I'm Aaron Heft.
Carmelo Anthony's legal team is going back to court tomorrow, a little over 2 months after a jury convicted him of murder. The former Centennial High student stabbed Austin Metcalf last year at a track meet in Frisco. Anthony was sentenced to 35 years in prison, but defense attorneys claim there were legal and constitutional errors. They want a new trial and the judge removed. We'll have coverage from the courthouse starting Wednesday, and our After the Hearing special will stream immediately after the 10 o'clock news. Scan that QR code on your screen to get up to speed on the case right now.